Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the St. John's Curling Club Remax Center. We are live for the Paul Harvey Memorial Junior Cash Spiel. This is the Tier 1 final between Zach French and Ephraim Noel, and we are in for a great game today. It is in progress there, and we'll catch up now in any second. I'll just take a quick second to introduce the teams. And the team French is Zachary French. They will have last rock in the first end. And it's Zach French, Lucas Cole, Lucas Wall, and Ben Kennedy. You will see that on Team Noel that they are playing with three. So it's Ephraim Noel, Matthew Kosh, and Nathan Murphy. Their fourth was actually aged out this year, and they haven't filled in the position yet. It's very early in the year for all of these teams. So they will be playing with three. And with three, though, as I say, yes, and with three, the rules will be that the lead, so Nathan Murphy will throw three rocks, and the third, Mashu Kosh, will also throw three, and then the skip will throw his standard two rocks at the end. So we can see now that the end is starting to set up, and you have French now with last rock trying to split the rings to lie two, and he's done that. So a little bit of an interesting thing with only three playing. So in the olden days when I used to curl, you used to have the two sweepers on either side. But in the last few years, it's been more important to have one sweeper on one certain side to be able to curl the rock or keep it straight. So these young fellas can sweep on both sides. So the sweeper will pick the right side that he wants to be on, and he'll be able to work both sides of the rock. So except for it's a little more work, they'll be fine. So right now we're just pretty wide open first end. We got to try a hit and roll there. He's going to make contact, makes a nice roll. Gonna roll a little too far. It looks like I think it stayed in, but it looks like the blue is probably number one. But Zach French not gonna take any chances here with last rock. He's gonna get rid of that and try to lie two. So way back in the house, we watched the Tier 2 game this morning on this same ice, and it was pretty heavy on the outsides. So we'll keep an eye on that for the first few ends. So this one looks like it's getting a little bit inside on him. He's working hard to keep it straight. He's got to get by that one first. It gets by, and he does make contact, but rolls out. So that'll sort of give Noel now a chance to go up. He'll just go ahead and hit that. Probably stay there, and this is a pretty common once you get up. These under 18 teams are really good at what they do. So this is a pretty normal start. Everybody just wants to get their feet underneath them. And so right now you're going to see a lot of hitting for the first few ends, and then you'll see they'll start to attack once they get to know the ice a bit better. So this is Matthew Kosh now, and as he jumped up and also swept there. But so he makes a hit, and he doesn't come in the house. So French takes a quick look, and he says, okay, it's not in. Let's come behind it. So this is a draw there now again. Okay, he keeps edging out. I was going to say that wouldn't have been enough ice this morning. But it'll be interesting to keep an eye on the ice here to see if it starts to curl more and more as the ends get through. Like he was a little outside of the broom there. Sweepers are just keeping an eye on it. It's if you watch the center line, it's certainly not breaking like it was earlier. Maybe once the pebble is off it, it'll come down. Got lots of weight, but I think he'll stay in the back. Yes, he stayed in the back, and he's partially behind cover. So this is a bit of an aggressive call for Noel without last rock to come around one that's a corner guard. But if he makes it perfect, It's a good shot, as my good friend and former teammate for many years, Glenn Goss would say. It's not the wrong shot just because you call it. If you make it, it's the right shot. So he's trying to come around this corner. This one's out as far as the first one was. It looks like they're working this one for weight. He really doesn't want to stay up top. So similar to the junior girls or the under 16 girls this morning, it started off. It looks like it is a little bit stiff. So we'll see now if he, as French now has the advantage, having last rock and drawing to lie 2. Let's see if Matthew has a better look at this. Looks like it's got lots of line. It looks like where 2 of them are working it hard for weight. This doesn't look like it's got very much at all. So both teams so far are a little bit fooled by the weight. Came a little further than I thought it would, so it is starting to come down. So now Noel will have a chance to really bury one here on the top of the 12-foot. And once again, we are in the Tier 1 men's final at the Paul Harvey Memorial Junior Cash Spiel, the first big spiel of the year for these kids. And we will have the organizers in a little bit later, but this has been quite a success. You can probably hear the background noise. There's a lot of people here in the audience, a lot of cheering, and it's just been a resounding success. And again, we'll talk about Paul a little bit more, but he would sure be happy to see something like this. Okay, so great weight there for the Team Noel, Matthew Kosh, but didn't quite get in behind cover, so he certainly has now. Zach French has got a good chance here now to hit and roll and get in behind cover and start posing a real threat for 2. This is Lucas Cole's first, I believe. We can only here in this in the booth this week, we can only see what you see on the screen, so I can't look out the glass and see exactly who it is throwing. But there's a great shot, and so that's Lucas Cole now with a nice hit and roll over there. So Noel will be faced with a hit and roll of his own to try to get in behind and get him behind a bit of cover. So this one, this spiel started with 2 tiers, sort of an under 18, which you're watching now, and also an under 16. And there was 4 teams for the under 16. That final went this morning, and the final was won by Team McKinley Kennel. And as it happens, McKinley was the granddaughter of Paul Harvey. So a very emotional win for this morning for the Kennel team. Here's French, or sorry, from Noel's shot. He's made a great shot, made a great roll in behind. He shot rock and totally in behind cover. So that's a great start for young Ephraim to take a lot of the pressure off here now. And now Zach French will go up and he'll try to get in behind. So that's a dream start for the Ephraim Noel team. Looked like they were in a bit of trouble, and one quick shot, like a great roll like that, and they're looking good. Zach French. I'd like to actually throw a real big bouquet out to Zach French and his third or his second, actually, Lucas Wall. On top of playing all these games and making it to the final, they have literally been the ice crew all weekend too. So a big thank you to those two. They'd finish their game and then they'd go out pebbling and scraping the ice and maintaining this great ice surface. So it looks like he's got a little bit of steam on this one, and yep, it looks like it's going to slip by and right to the back. So big shot for Ephraim here now, if he can, or sorry, for Ephraim, if he can bury another one up on the top 8 foot or so, he'd put French in a lot of trouble. You can see that on the Team French that Ben Kennedy, the lead, actually comes up and holds the broom for Zach in the for his 2 shots. Oh, quickly out of the hack. Big shot here to put a lot of pressure on the French team early in the game. They're back and forth on it, which is usually a really good sign. It looks like they're going to need a bit of help. You might see him switch now to make it curl. There he jumps to the other side. He's got to try to get a corner in. It's nicely done. It was absolutely perfect weight. It does show a little bit, but I don't think there's any type of a slash double, because if he did, it would have to come back on the other side, straight back onto the blue. There is another, the Tier 1 ladies is also on, and lots of cheering, and you'll hear in the background. Fantastic participation in this Spiel this early, being a junior Spiel. It's been a real pleasure to be a part of. So Zachary's looking at a couple of different options. That rock is in the absolute perfect spot, because if he hits it on the nose, I don't think he gets shot. He's actually got to sort of over curl and then try to roll a little tiny bit toward the center in order to get shot rock. So he's probably playing this with a little less weight, probably some board weight or something, and this is going to be an important shot. Very weight sensitive. Zach French, 17 years of age. It's the under 18 competition. Here it is. Out turn. They got to work it hard to get it past that second blue one. Once it's past that, now he's calling to make it curl. This is real close. He gets to the nose. Oh, but he just rolls off a little bit. And you do see it's a steal of one. Steal of one here to start this game for Ephraim Noel and Team Noel. They will take a 1-0 lead into the second end. I'll take a little break between ends, and we'll be right back with the second end. Okay, welcome back. Here we are at the second end. We are live at the St. John's Curling Club Remax Center at the Paul Harvey Memorial Junior Cash Bill to start this year off with a bang for these junior teams. Started the first end, and it was a steal for Noel, and so he's up 1-0 over Zach French. Second end now is in play, and Noel has one in play, and now putting a guard on that. Probably overcurled a little bit. It'll give Zach a chance to take a look, hit and roll there, and take a chance now. So to let you know who the coaches are. So for this team French, it's actually Alex Smith. Alex, well-known competitive curler here in Newfoundland for sure. And on Team Noel, it's actually Nathan Murphy's father, Todd Murphy. And they're sitting just in behind the skips. You don't see them, but they're allowed to have one transaction or one meeting with the team, an end, to help them out. There's a great shot there. He gets the hit and a beautiful little roll. That's a great shot. So the coaches can come out once during the end and help out with some calls. These guys know the ice and they know the game pretty well. We won't see a whole lot of the coaches, but I think it's a fantastic idea to let the coaches be on the ice and help out at least once an end, because the kids are only 17, and you know what, it's a learning. You're always learning this game. You're right till you're at the Briar level. You're still learning little things about curling. So Noel now trying to come down, but just going to try to freeze on the top of it. They haven't touched it very much. The looks pretty good, but the line was outside a bit, so it does sneak by. It does stay shot rock and well buried, so it's a good shot. Zach French seems to think that he can get at it with a light takeout weight, but that looks a little over buried to me. Again, we're seeing what you see. I'm not right above the ice, but it certainly looks like it's in a good spot. So he'll play the out turn here, French. So this is Lucas Cole. See what the weight is. On its way, sweepers both sweeping now to try to keep it going. It looks like it needs to be straight. It's gonna just tick the front now. Here's a big play to get this one in. That's in the game when we play. It's the pro miss. Is if you're gonna miss a shot, try to make the best of what you have. And he just did that then. Even though he ticked the guard, they followed through and they put the second one in play, partially in behind cover. So that rock could certainly come into play. So Noel now just gonna make a hit and try to roll in a bit and lie to. Looks like he'll make contact. He got to carefully. He doesn't jam it back. Oh, he does. So that's a bad break for them. Good break for French. He's now line 2 already. And so now he's got to decide what to do with his third one. Or he's tapping there. He can come around that. Or he could totally split the house and put it over near the yellow. See what Zach decides. Yeah, he could hit that. There's no real need to. He has last rock. Okay, so it looks like Alex Smith probably just jumped in. We can't see him, but this is a coach's interaction here. And there's Alex there with the red. So he's trying to help him out a bit with that call. There was really no need to hit that yellow over there. So he didn't want him to do that. So, okay, so decision made to split the house and lie 3. That's, that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's the right call. So, big chance here for the French team now with last rock to lie 3 in the house at seconds rocks, I believe. So, this would be Lucas Walt. Everybody on the sheet actually are 17, except for Ben Kennedy, the lead for Zach, and he's 16 years. So this is their first year with Ben, actually. Got to work this one to get it in. That's a big sweep. I think he got it. Oh, okay, the yellow. So it's not third rock. So yeah, so everybody was 17 except for Ben. This is the first year with Ben, and then Zach and Lucas Wall. This is actually their 7th year together. So they've been pretty much curling together since they stepped on the ice, and it's also their 2nd year now with Lucas Cole. So you certainly Zach and Lucas Wall certainly know each other's every move. So, and as for the team Noel, so Team Noel, this is their first year together as a team. So still learning each other, and I guess still trying to find a 4th for the under 18. I'm sure they will. It's a very solid team. Won a good game this morning to get into this final. So he's going to make contact, but it might roll a bit too far and does roll out. So now, depending if that top blue one is in, if the top blue one is in, well, then he'll want to hit the yellow to make it come back in play. Or he doesn't have to do it yet either. That's a good call there, is a split. So he could throw a little more than draw weight and just split the blue one on and then roll in. Again, couple of calls, but he's in a good place right now, setting up for a deuce. You can see on the back of their uniforms they have lots of great team sponsors, and I'll maybe next end when we come back on, I'll go through the sponsors. Sponsors are such a big part of these young teams getting games and being able to travel and get away. So, okay, here we go. Looks like this is a draw around. They're working it hard now for to try to get it to curl. The weight looks like it might be too much. I think he was really trying to work that to try to get a split. So once he'd missed the split, it was that was a little bit too much weight even for the split there. Not sure. It might have been a communications thing. I'm not sure that everybody knew exactly what the call was. So this gives Noel a chance now to go out and play a hit over here, and just like that, one missed rock, and it could be Team Noel lying too. So this one looks like it's pretty wide open. Might be a little sticky out here on the side, but the good sweepers will keep that straight for you. You can see he's on the straight side. He's going to have to work hard, though. Doesn't look like a lot of weight. He snuck it by, and he removes it. I don't know if they were expecting that light a weight, but it was a great shot nevertheless. So now Team Noel lying 2, just like I say, one miss and everything changes. Line 2, and now French has got a couple of different roles here that he could go either side, but he wants to make the call and make sure everybody knows what they're looking at. I believe we're into thirds rocks now. I think it's Lucas Cole. So this is a lot more weight than you saw from the Noel team. Now he's got to try to find his roll. He looks like he's going to try to roll to the left now and get in a little bit undercover. Little tiny roll, but stays. So Team Noel now for your goal. Your goal in this end at this point now is let's separate the rocks. Make sure they don't make a double. Make sure there's no two in play, and get a force. From rolls. First shot. Second end. Wants to hit and stick here. And not give the French team a chance to get that one up by the Remax back in play. Working hard. You can see that these young sweepers can really work hard and keep that rock really straight. So that's a good sweep there and a great shot. French will try to play the hit and roll here. Try to get a little bit under cover if he can. It is a long guard, so either way, Ephraim might be able to get at it. But this is his chance to try to get under cover. He holding the broom. Back French. These guys all have solid deliveries and great technical skills. One is curling a bit more. I think it's just going to be on. Oh no, he's got a roll, a good roll. He might have rolled a little too far and actually rolled into the open. We saw one there a couple of shots ago, so we know that it runs pretty straight. I think that's fully accessible to him. Certainly is with a lighter weight, so he won't throw this one hard. There's lots of ice. Probably throw a board weight or hack weight. He can come by that guard by 4 or 5 inches and still 3 or 4 inches and still get it. Sweeper there is Nathan Murphy. Picks the straight side. And if this gets a little bit outside, you'll see young Murphy jump on the other side and try to help it curl. Very versatile sweepers. Ephraim's up on the curl side now. And like I say, he's got nice controllable weight. Working it hard, but it looks like it's staying out on him. And he does miss. That's a bad break for Team Noel. Now it gets the easy, straightforward deuce. Draw to the full 12-foot, gets him a 2. Yeah, they took a quick glance at that. You could play a little angle raise and knock the yellow out and roll in, but not even worth it in the second end. Get your 2 now and go up a point, and actually you could walk away from this end saying we're lucky to get a 2. Still looking at Kennedy's pointing it out, but oh well, no, okay. So if that blue is in, obviously is a hit for 3, and this call tells me that blue rock must be in. So this could be a hit for 3 here, which would be a really bad break for Team Noel. Is if they had to hit and stick there, obviously it would have been a force to 1. So we'll see. First thing, obviously, this rock has got to curl an awful lot. It's not. No, it's not even. Not even close. So, okay, looks like okay, he did roll in enough to get his two. I don't think that was the way they wanted to get their two, but it happened. And you can see Zach is sort of like, okay, boy, sorry about that, but we'll take it. Yeah, yeah. Quick apology, and he'll take his two. So there you go. So Team French there with the two in the second. Take a 2-1 lead, and we will be right back after a quick pause. And welcome back. We are live at the St. John's Curling Club Remax Center for the Paul Harvey Memorial Junior Cash Spiel. Fantastic spiel, run early in the year. A lot of teams under 18 and under 16, and just like to take a minute and introduce some of the most important people, and of course that's the sponsors. We'll get into the sponsorship of the whole spiel, but I'd like to start with the sponsors of the teams. And Team French, you just got the two in the second. They have lots of sponsors, but this is their top team sponsors. They have SEM Limited, Stafford's Welding, Squires Water Well Drilling Incorporated, Crow Hill RV Park, and Mr. Reuter Plumbing. That's the plumbing and company in town. Tiffany Village and Kenny's Pond Retirement Homes, Morrow and Crosby Lawyers, and Shoreline Mortgages. And there are others, but they certainly want to thank all of those for your great support of this team. The team Noel, we have the Atlantic Oral Surgery and Implant Center. That's in Bay Roberts. And Danny Seward from IG Financial Investors Group. And the Newfoundland Chocolate Factory. Who doesn't love to have the Newfoundland Chocolate Factory as a sponsor? Plus others. So that's the team sponsors. And again, any of the sponsors that may be listening, can't thank you enough. This is so important to get the kids so they can travel around the province or around the island or to the mainland. So it's all a great help. So thank you very much to all the sponsors. We're going to take a look back here now. That looks like the Team Noel put up a corner guard after the first rock in the house, and French played his second rock. Probably wanted to be a little bit later, but both of them are in the 4 foot and above the tee line, so in pretty good shape. So I think that's going to force Ephraim now to come in on top of that and try to tap him back a bit. Although this looks a bit short. And you didn't want to miss that light on the center line. Now it's big time advantage to French, and he's just going to take advantage right away. He's going to just come right in on top of that. So big chance here to put on a lot of pressure. We do, as you can see just in the corner, the girls' Tier 1 final. Marissa Guju and Blanford, I believe, yes, playing there. So they'll be. I'll give you an update on what's happening with those games now as soon as I can, take a peek. So this is a great shot coming here. Or that's the second for French. That's Lucas Cole. So they got Noel's got a lot of problems right now. This one's got to be perfect. There is a timeout there now. So their coach and Nathan's dad now, Todd Murphy, coming in, wants to discuss this one. The hard part here is that you've put your own guard up on the center line. Even if that had to move over to the side, you'd be in better shape. But do you run this back now, or do you come down and tap back that blue that's on the back of the button, the back of the forefoot? So we'll see what he decides. Nope, he's gonna throw it hard and try to run it back and try to bail out a bit here. This is this big shot. I'll talk to you a little bit about what they're playing for here now in a minute. Okay, so this is a straight back run back. He's looks like it's going to come off the center, and he's just going to clear it for now. And he wants to stay over there for a corner. So now you're going to have French is just going to just keep trying to guard everything he can. He wants to guard the top one, so there's no doubles or triples. So as I said, this is a true cash spiel, and the first prize here for these for the under 18 tier. First, the winner of this will receive $1,500, and the runner-up will receive $5. So lots of money to play for sure. So French now wants to just play a guard. He wants to get it right over to the center. He's trying to work it as hard as he can to get to the center. Looks like he's left a little opening there that Noel can probably get to if he hits it right. He can get to the nose. The shot to get out of jail here. So he's going to throw this one hard. This is Matthew Kosh. Just making sure everybody knows exactly where they want to hit it. Like it's staying a little bit to the outside. He's certainly going to make good contact. He takes 1, 2. It's a very good shot there for Kosh. Does it gets rid of 2, leaves his right there in the way, and now French has got to deal with that. He could throw up another guard and say, "What are you going to do next?" But see what they think. Okay, so Alex is going to take advantage here now and use his intervention here to help Zach. Sure. So, with important shot, it's a chance for, French now without last rock. He is trying to steal, and it's set up pretty good with that rock there and behind cover. Only problem is, of course, that Noel has one directly in front of it. which is a dangerous place. Taking their time. I'm just going to let them talk it out. Okay, so sort of what I figured it would be play the guard here, make sure you block it off, and just let Noel play with it for a while and see what he wants to do. But so you want to be pretty much halfway or a little bit tighter. Main thing is just about touch the center line on that left hand side. Take it away. Oh, they got to work this hard for weight. This is real important to get this over. Okay, it looks like it's over, and now they're gonna. Oh, they got it over, and it's in a good place. It's just very very long. So now Noel, with these three rocks right up high like that, you can get by them and you can move a long way. So Ephraim Noel now taking a look to see if he can get by that guard and actually tap back the blue. There you see it. So through the hole. I don't know what else there is. I mean, he could come down through that hole at sort of a back four weight, which would be a great shot because but he would like to try to get that second yellow back in play. I didn't see the weight call, but by the looks of the ice, it's a very light, like a back line or something close. He doesn't have to get too close to that front guard because it is. Oh, this is on the guard already. So I don't know if that was a little pick or he just didn't get a positive push out that way. But now he got some serious problems trying to get at that blue one now. So I think what we'll see French now, he'll just guard for, he'll guard for the rest of the end to try to pick up his one. There is, like the feller says, there is the greedy shot, and he could come right on in and come right to there and try to steal two. You certainly don't want to touch that guard. But that's the call. He's going aggressive. Here we go with Lucas Wall trying to put some serious pressure on. Working this herd, it certainly got by. Now does it have the weight to get into the house? As long as it doesn't touch that guard, he's in good shape. Now can they get past the yellow? And he does. That's just about the perfect shot. So, yeah, it puts Ephraim in a lot of trouble here now. Yeah, so it's late in the end to be clearing guards, but I'm afraid he's got no choice. He'll try to get the yellow and the blue. If he ever gets really lucky and just gets it directly on the nose, he could drive it back onto the blue in the house. But that's a really tight call. That's sort of, once it hits, we'll find out. But he got this one a little bit outside, and he's just going to get one. And, yep, and so that's just the one off the line there. So you'll see he's not hesitating at all. He's just going to put that right back on with his first shot. Right there. Doesn't have to come deep here at all. He doesn't want to give him anything to run back. Kind of like to get a little Christmas, as we call it, Christmas tree action going with that, the one in the middle there, and just partially show each of them. So big advantage here now for French, lying two without last rock, but both of them well behind cover. Zach French for shot now in the third end, up 2-1. We're in the final of the Paul Harvey Memorial Junior Cash Spiel, St. John's, Newfoundland, at the Remax Center. This is the type of shots that Skips love to throw. Guards means they're in good shape. This one looks like it's going to be perfect. It's just going to cozy down now. I don't want to be too deep here unless he can get a little corner around. And he does. Couldn't put it in a better spot. That's as good as you could throw it. Right now, Noel doesn't have very much. And he's got to be thinking, what can I do with my last rock? He still has the far outside out turn draw, but I don't think he can get to the button. So yeah, probably not looking at it, but his best bet here would probably be to actually just touch his the one yellow that's up on the R in Remax in the 12-foot or the blue circle. If he could touch that and just roll off it and probably have 2 rocks to use for his last, just some type of a setup. But he seems to be just drawing right down, trying to get to the button now, and happens. It's on his way. The first thing, obviously, you got to get by there. Now, if he can, there's enough weight, he could do exactly what I was saying, but they're sweeping to get it past. Wait. It's pretty good. Right now, it's set up, for next one. But I mean, obviously, Zach is just going to put a guard on that, and he did get second shot. That's very important. So now Team French is only lying 1, but going to be very, very hard right now for young Ephraim Noel to score this end. All right, Ephraim's last rock here. Third end. Again, throwing a guard. Just wants to make sure he guards enough of the yellow that Noel can't just tap it in for shot. Don't want to be narrow on this. Just got to get it over here, and he's going to be gold. So that's as good as he could do. The only thing he has, I think, now is that that yellow one way on the outside, far to the right. Try to angle that back in. Wickedly hard shot, but it may be the only thing he has. There's no draw there. You can't outdraw that. So you have to find how can we hit it. So you can try the blue on the far left, the guard on the far left into your yellow, very, very hard, or the yellow on the far right, right over by the boards, to angle that in. There it is. That's the one that I was looking at. Yep, and it may be your only shot. While we're watching there, not sure. I think that was the call. Seems to be that Matthew Kosh has walked away there, but no, must be just throwing it away. You can't make the draw. Yeah, so he's just throwing it away. I guess he didn't want to take on that long raise. Not sure what could have went wrong, but there it is. That's a conceded steal. Steal of one again for Zach French, and that puts them up 3-1 now as we go into the fourth end. So 3-1, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We are at the Paul Harvey Memorial Junior Cash Spiel here live at the St. John's Curling Club Remax Center. And in the men's Tier 1 under 18, right now, Zach French up 3-1 on Ephraim Noel. We're in the fourth end. I'm happy to have organizer and stepdaughter of Paul Harvey and Noel Kennel, Thomas Kennel.
Thomas Kennel.
Yes. Anyway, for those of you who do know, of course, is my daughter, Paul's stepdaughter. But Noel and Sean and Karen have done an amazing job. So, well, just, I know you got some thank yous, and maybe give us a little bit about how this all started to come around.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. So Paul, of course, I just mentioned, was my stepfather, and when he passed in 2023, we really wanted to honor him in a way that was meaningful and would have been meaningful to him. So in that case, we automatically thought of the juniors. He had such a love of the sport. He was such a supporter of the junior curling program, and of course, his granddaughter coming up through, McKinley Kennel. She unfortunately, he didn't get much of a chance to watch her in her competitive years, but he definitely helped form her as a curler. So automatically, our first thought was to have this Spiel on behalf of Paul and our family. And we also wanted to create a bursary program. So there will be, and we've had some great financial assistance in setting up our bursary program. So there will be details later on this season about it, but essentially it's a non-repayable bursary designed to support young athletes in Newfoundland and Labrador. And we want to really, break down any barriers to their curling career.
Yeah, that's fantastic, Noel. And I mean, you did mention sponsorship, and I have already talked about the team sponsors, which are so important, but also the sponsors for this entire spiel. You could probably throw out some thanks.
Absolutely. We've definitely have some amazing support out in the community. Our title sponsor for the event is Coal Air Contracting, and we've also had some great, we've had some value in kind sponsorships and some cash donations from TD Bank, Marco Group, Terra Nova Solutions. We've had food and drinks, Tim Hortons, Boston Pizza, and all kinds of prizes. We even had, a lot of food and snacks on the go for the teams to go out. There was all kinds of great support. We also had a beautiful handmade quilt created by Corey Follett and Rob Coles donated. So, sales from that have gone towards the bursary already, and we're in a great position to help support the junior program.
Okay, well, thanks so much, and thanks to all our sponsors, and thank you, and of course, your husband Sean, and Paul's widow, of course, Karen, all put in mega work for this to happen, and well, the fruits of your labor are showing here this weekend.
They sure are. It's been such a great weekend. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. So let's get back to the game here. As you can see, it seems to be French again here. That's got the advantage. Now you'll see that Team Noel is trying to get rocks in play, trying to come around this corner now, and anything in play right now is good for him. He's got a bit of weight. He's okay. He'll stay in the back. He will be third shot right now, but no biggie. Still got lots of time to get rid of those two. So we were talking about the sponsorships and what some of the teams are able to do. This year, the Team French is actually going to be heading out, I think next week, to the under 25 Junior Grand Slam. That's the October the 16th, I hear. So that's a tour challenge. That's Canadian, American, and Scottish teams. So that's a huge invitational spiel. It's in Beaumont, Alberta, and our own Team French is going to be out representing, representing Newfoundland in some way. So that's good luck out there with that, guys. It's going to be a real adventure and learning experience for him for sure. So, and while we see Wall there now, we see Lucas Wall out throwing his third rock. Oh. He's trying to just put up a guard again here. Okay. He's going to tap that one. Doesn't mind tapping it in behind cover. You want to be careful you don't go too far. But so right now, French lying 3. Noel's he's got to look at a double there. He doesn't want to leave too many there. He's talking about drawing behind, but no, this is the right call. Make your double and sit right there in front of this, and all of a sudden you got rocks in play. It's only a deuce. I guess right now he feels like it's worse than it is because they've been behind the 8 ball the whole time. But it's only a deuce, and that puts you back in the game. So here's an attempt at probably a double. I think what would be the best outcome. Going to come up heavy on that one there, and just on the nose. Stays in play, makes French think about it, but there's your thought. I'm just going to get rid of that, and we'll roll over there as a bit of a guard. So good attempt there, but didn't quite get on the inside like they were hoping. Lucas Cole now. Play the hit. Sweeping hard to keep it straight there. Looks like he's going to make good contact. Makes a little roll inside. A little bit further than they wanted to go, but still fine. They are right now. French still lying 1 and 2, but there's a chance here. Maybe 1, 2, and 3. A little hard to tell from this angle, but he can make this hit and roll in there now, and he might just clip that double in the back. So it's time now for the Team Noel to execute a couple of really precise shots, and they could find themselves back in this game. Got some different options, not sure. Oh, there's also while he's thinking about it there, just let you know that the women's final is currently being streamed on another line. I believe it's last time I looked, it was in the 4th. It was 2-1 for Guju, and that's being live streamed. If you want to check it out with our very special guest from Ontario, Danielle Inglis is in town, and the Ontario rep at the Scotties last couple of years, and she's doing some commentary with Nathan Young, of course, local Briar participant. So that game is on the go there. So there we go. Here was made their single hit and roll out. Now he's checking to see if he's lying 2 or 1. See if he. Yeah. So they are lying 2. So he'll probably just play the guard there, or yeah, that's could come around there, leaving his back one open. All is made. Try to just come around that guard to the top 8. Like really nice line coming down. Now is up to the weight. You don't want to be behind the tee line. That's would be starts to slow down. It's there at the tee line, and that's in a really good spot. So it looks like they're lying 3. The way that French call that, they called it as if the top blue one is out counting the back yellow. But this is a straightforward call here for Ephraim Noel. He's just calling a corner freeze on that one. It came 6 or 8 inches too deep, so he can get on top of it and be shot rock. This one's on the outside a bit. It's going to have to curl a lot. Weight looks pretty good. I think they changed their mind halfway down because he was outside and a bit heavy. So they tapped it back. French has to deal with it. Doesn't want to jam it. You got to be careful. Just rip it out. It's a hard. He's signaling that like a slash double, but I don't even know that that's there. He wants to be careful he doesn't jam it straight back. He could probably get more to the inside of it with lighter weight and roll in behind. We'll see what I got Alex Smith out now. They're going to discuss it. While we're discussing it, I got a shout out for sure, and we're doing this streaming, and as I said, the ladies team is streaming on the other side, and we got a big shout out to Trevor Bartlett. Of course, he's he's doing everything behind the scenes here for us. We just talk. He does all the changing and all the background stuff. So Trevor, thank you very much for always being here for us. And we got a big year coming, obviously, for streaming. As we do have, as most people know, the Briar, the Montana's Briar, is coming back to St. John's, Newfoundland this year. So it's going to be an exciting year with Brad Gougeot already punched his ticket with his points. So there is one spot available for Newfoundland, and our provincials, I believe they'll be January, could be February, could be early February. But the men's provincials is going to be something else, as the 8 or 9 teams in town are going to be vying for that one spot to represent Newfoundland while the Briar is in Newfoundland. So we'll be streaming all of those, and Trevor will be the busiest guy in St. John's who you won't see, but he'll be behind the scenes making sure that all our viewers across Canada and anywhere in the world that you got internet, you're watching some curling from St. John's, Newfoundland. And of course the ladies will be on, and we'll be doing those too. A lot of the hype, of course, this year though around the Briar being in St. John's, and who's going to be the men's team that's going to represent Newfoundland in our own Briar. Okay, so let's get back at the game here. The call was made. He's going to try to just rip this out, and he's going to get a. Ooh, he missed it completely and took a piece of the back one. That's a big break there for Noel. Now, if he can ever make something work here. Draw down there and be lying too. I was wondering if he could ever play on the outside and make a double. You're like sort of fighting against myself. I said all you really need is a 2, and it is true. But is there a 3 in play? Coach Todd out. Just a quick note, just to say, this is a good call. Assuming the yellow is the shot rock, he doesn't have to touch the blue, so all he got to do is corner freeze it, and that may force French to just take out the open one and give him a free draw for 2. So we'll see. At this point, French is lucky that they're one on top is better than the yellow in the back. So big shot here now for Ephraim Noel, as a perfect corner freeze or a little tiny tap will put him in pretty good shape to get at least a deuce. First rock for Ephraim here in the 4th, trailing by 2. Okay, so it looks like there's all kinds of room. There's that's why your sweeper just jumped down to try to make it curl. He doesn't want to leave it wide open for a double for French, because French can throw the big weight. It's a fantastic, perfect weight, absolutely perfect weight. But he's left it wide open and given French a fairly easy out here, I think. He doesn't have to. He just needs to hit it just off the nose and make the double, and that's a good force. He can't jam it. If he jams it straight back, well, it's a draw for 2. But we'll see. Out turn, hit. This one will be coming. These kids can throw the big weight very accurately, so I think we'll see it. Okay, here we go. Zach French, last rock. And to rip a double. He's not throwing really big weight, so good for him. He's controlling it. Important which way, where you hit it here now. They're sweeping it to try to make it curl. It's going to be close. Can't see it. He's got one, and that's it. Okay, so this will be a draw for two. Draw for two for Noel to tie the game. So after a little bit of back and forth there, a few misses there to sort of let Ephraim off the hook. So he just made this draw, so there's a real good chance that he can do it again. He can't afford to come to the backing. He can't afford to touch his yellow. But anywhere in the red, fully in the red, and you should be good to go. This is a time where the one sweeper is a disadvantage for sure. This is where you'd like to have your two heavy sweepers on it for weight. And you can see how quickly Ephraim jumped up to sweep. He understands you need two sweepers for weight. You might even see Luke run out there in a minute. Or Matthew, sorry. Yeah, because they need to get this in to the red, and it's not going to make it. So you do wonder if the second full sweeper might have helped that, but that was a little short right from the start. So it looks like that was one for yellow, one for Noel. So it's going to be going into the fifth end, 3-2 for French, and French will have last rock when we come back. Hey, and welcome back. Here we are at the St. John's Curling Club Remax Center at the Paul Harvey Memorial Junior Cash Spiel. Right now, 3-2 for French in the fifth end. French does have last rock, but as mentioned, it is called the Paul Harvey Memorial Cash Spiel. I mean, for very good reasons. And let me take a few minutes personally and let you know a little bit about the man himself, Paul Harvey, and who's been memorialized with this tournament. Sorry about that. Just needed a second. But Paul was a very, very good friend of mine. I've known him pretty much all my life. We were same age growing up. Did a lot of curling in schoolboys and so on. And he we were playing actually in October of 2022, and playing the club championships, provincial championships in Corner Brook. Paul wasn't feeling great. He was fine. He was curling well, but he just wasn't feeling right. And when we got home, unfortunately, a month or two after that, was diagnosed with some serious cancer. And by April of 2020 or February of 2023, he had passed away. So, as Noel said, they wanted to memorialize him, and this was the way to do it. But as a curler, Paul was as competitive as anybody I've ever played with. But he played the game right. There was never, if you ever missed, it wasn't a problem. Rob, it's only a game. Yes, we want to win, but it's only a game, man. So he was that, and we're trying to instill all of those into all of these young curlers, and we'd like to see him playing the game right. But one thing about Paul was, I think he did something that I'm not sure anybody else in Newfoundland has done, with the possibility, and I know I'll get told, but Mark knows that he might have been the same. But Paul, right from juniors, he at the Canadian level went to a Canadian juniors, the Briar, the Canadian seniors. He went to a Canadian mixed. He went to the Canadian club championships, and this was the kicker also, because as kids you only get about 2 chances at this. He also went to a Canada Games, representing Newfoundland. So Paul did everything you possibly could do in curling, and so to be remembered like this, I think, is very, very fitting. And again, heartfelt thanks goes out to my daughter Noel, his stepdaughter, and Sean, her husband, Sean Kennel. Karen Harvey has been here all weekend, just soaking it in, very emotional, and it's just been such a fantastic Spiel for such a fantastic guy. Couldn't think of anything better to memorialize Paul. So that's my little thing on Paul. A lifetime friend of mine. Really miss him, and really happy to see this getting on like this. And I truly think that this could be at least an Eastern Canadian, if not a national event. So let's get back to the curling. 3-2 for French. French does have last rock. We're in the 5th end. Pretty wide open. Right now Noel has got what he wants. He's got one right on the button. So he's got a guard for his life. But on the French side, they've got the second rock in there. And if Noel happens to his team misses one of these guards, it'll give French a chance to lie too. And of course, the really straightforward goals here, this end, is French wants to score 2, and Noel really has to steal. Now this one's coming a bit deep, but it's on the right side. It's going to be hard to pass that one by the blue one, but French will take a run at it. He just wants to get rid of whatever yellow we can right now. This was that guard sort of wanted to stay up, if not even in the house. So struggling a little bit with their weight. So here's Lucas Wall now at second stone. Big chance to remove at least one. The line is close. He might want to curl this. This we'll see now if it gets by the back blue one. He puts it right through the hole. And very important, but he does roll out. So we're in the same situation here now, and we're going to have Noel just put up his guard again. And he really doesn't want to be quite as deep, top of the 12-foot. But this is a battle of see if anybody misses first. So Lucas Wall now. Nope, sorry. Matthew Kosh, wrong team. This one looks gonna like a better weight. They want to make sure they get it to the center line. Like to get it over a little bit. He still has a look at it. Very nice control of the sweeping. That's perfectly placed. So Zach is going to play heavyweight on this, peel weight, but he'll try to come straight back and make the double. But if he doesn't and he just rolls over and he stays in play, that puts that much more pressure on the Noel team to make sure their guards are perfect. Lucas Cole. Looking at precision shooting here. This one hasn't got a lot of weight and maybe over curling. You got to watch the jam on the blue. And it's directly onto it. Now French would like to get rid of that one. And does the side one spin in? I don't think so. So now we got Noel guarding his own rock without anything else in play. So not exactly what the French team wanted. Now you'll probably see a little bit of a change in strategy. Now French will probably look for a blank end here. These games are 8 ends. The tier 2 this morning was all 6 ends. This is the full 8. Sweeping this hard for a little bit of line, but it looks like it's going to be in great spot. Again, I'm surprised they're bringing it that far in to make the double that much easier, but it's in a good spot. A little repeat of the last one now for Luke's Cole. This one has a better line. So the other one just got inside a bit quick. So he's got one across the house for 2, and there you go, out of trouble. Noel could try to draw around that one, but that's probably a little too deep. So he's just gonna play this end out. He could roll way over to the corner, hide a bit, but French pretty happy with that result. And just a quick update from the ladies' game. Guju is now taking a 4-1 lead in that game after 5 ends. So back now, playing the hit. Trying to curl. He's got to curl it to get it over. He's going to miss this one. I think that that intern for him, that's a couple of times now we've seen him sort of leave it out a little bit outside, and maybe the way he throws it or something, it really stays straight. So that's too bad. That's a hard miss, and now gives Zach French an easier chance now to lie to and probably scores to this end. Oh, this rock is in the hands of the sweepers. Oh, it looks like it's going to need a lot of work. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be good weight. Bring it back a little bit there now so that there's no easy roll. Oh, aggressive call here. Play a freeze. Important shot here. He's should try to push it over. They gotta get in front. Don't want to tick off it. He just does. So pretty straightforward hit here. You probably want to bring his weight down a little bit. Nice control weight there. Nothing in the way. It's going to be a good chance to take full control of this game. Okay. All right, not much to say there. Pretty straightforward. It's Zach French with a hit and stick here to take a 3 and take control. Take a breath, throw it good. Sweepers jump on it right away. I said he was going to control his weight. He really hasn't thrown it very hard. But it looks like it's in good spot there now. They're just keeping it clean. He's curling it over a bit, and that's perfect for 3. Big points there for Team French as they go up 6-2 now after 5 ends. Going into the 6th, 6-2, and we'll be right back with the 6th end. Okay, we are back. 3 big points there for Team French now. Up 6-2, and we're in the 6th end. So I think you're going to probably see Noel's going to have to take a lot of chances here and get lots of rocks in play. Oh, We're live at the Paul Harvey Memorial. We're down at the Remax Center, enjoying a fantastic weekend of curling, young curling, all under 18. We've had this morning in the tier 2 we had 11-year-olds playing. It was this is very bodes very well for junior curling in Newfoundland and Labrador for sure. Teams came in. We did have a team in from Port aux Basques, which was fantastic, and 3 players in from Gander. So island-wide, and we certainly thank those Team Thomas, especially now back on the road. I don't know if any of you are streaming, but you're probably streaming the girls' game. But thanks so much for coming in. That's a big effort to come in from Port aux Basques. Good for them. So here's Kennedy now throwing his rock, obviously for the French team. Once they're allowed to start hitting, they will start hitting. But for now, they're just going to try to draw in and put rocks in play. Looks good. He doesn't want to be deep, because anything past the tee line now is really a friend of Team Noel. But that's perfect. Now Noel is he's indicating the hit. For me at this point, down 4 with a couple of ends left, you should try probably just tapping something back and staying in play. This is where you got to take some chances. You got to score at least a 2, if not a 3, and to stay in this game. So we'll see. Oh, Nathan Murphy now playing the hit. He'll make the hit, but he's going to roll into the open, and straightforward for the French team. Anything yellow, just hit it. Going to the outturn side. Lucas Wall. These, as I know I've said a number of times, with these kids are so good with their hits and their hit weight, their up weights. It's going to be hard to come back. Perfect. Noel is. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, he's got to do something to get rocks in play. Straight hits here now are really not gonna do it for him. So now he's made the right call. He's going to try to freeze that one that's in behind the yellow guard. Try to get rocks in play. Try to make things happen. Like good line there. He jumped up himself there now to try to make a curl, but it looks like it's got a lot of weight. He doesn't. Oh, he's just going to miss the whole issue, and I think a little deflating. I think that 3 was a little deflating on him, and they're starting to lose a little touch here, so they got to refocus, sit back, and get back into it. Now, at this point, now the French team just wants to clear that guard, because that's really the only thing that's giving them any trouble. So straight peel. This guy's, and he hits and rolls in. Doesn't matter. These kids literally throw them peels in their sleep these days. So he's got to tap something back or come around it. I like tapping something back at this point. You got a couple of rocks left. Get something behind the tee line. Looks like he called the come around. A little bit harder to execute, but he wants to be shot rock, I guess. Right now, I'd be tempted to just keep rocks above the blue rocks, keep them in play so that the other team can't remove them, if he comes around perfectly, it's really a straight back, easy run for Team French. Looks like he's just going to tick off that and probably just stay right in the open. Big thing here for the French team, and to go any skip at any Briar level anywhere would tell you that the lead rocks are so important. And this one for Ben Kennedy, for French, he kept both of them above the tee line. So now they're not in any danger of being used by the other team. So the lead set up this end really well, and right now it's going to be tough for Team Noel, Team French, Team Noel. So he makes the little chicken shot. It doesn't matter as long as the yellow's gone. They're fine. That one rolls away. You know what? He is a little tiny mistake was that they're now overlapped. So if Noel can get behind it, it'd be hard for Team French to get at it, but not their biggest worry right now for sure. So he's got lots of room to get around here. The weight looks a little better to me as it comes over. Going to have to curl a lot is the only thing. It's a big difference from the last couple of games we've seen. And I mean, the kids were probably remembering the other games because a couple of games ago that would have curled enough to get around there. But, so French got a pretty straightforward open hit again here, and he'll have 3 above the tee. So Lucas Wall, nope, sorry, Lucas Cole. Too many Lucases. There's a lot of Lucases around. Right on. These guys have really relaxed now and gotten into a groove, and they're playing very well. So we'll see. Ephraim now has narrowed up the ice a little bit, so we'll see if Matthew can sneak one around here to make it a little interesting. Got a little better line here if he can get it to the line and make it curl. But he's got a little too much weight, so you don't want to be sweeping it for curl and then losing it for the weight. So it went back far enough that the French team still lies 3. At this point, I think Team French gets a little more aggressive and probably puts a 4th one in. He could just play to hit it, but he is lying 3. Yeah, looks like he's opted to play the hit in the back. Yeah, to give Noel a chance for come around again, but he could put another one up right on the white, right alongside of those other 2 and block off that draw completely. But just opting to eliminate rocks at this point. He knows he's fully in control of this game. And doesn't mind, certainly wouldn't mind giving up a 1 or even a 2 and take last rock. All right, French now. One thing he certainly doesn't want to do is tick those front ones. So you want to make sure you get past those. But by the looks of the way they're sweeping it to curl. So he's fine. Now he'd like to roll away here. Actually, he'd like to roll completely out, and he has. So that's the correct shot. So he's going to give Ephraim another chance to get a corner behind there, is sort of make it a little harder for French. They haven't quite been able to figure out the line to get that to curl. Ephraim Noel with his first rock here in the sixth end, trying desperately to get something behind those two on the top of the 8 foot, 12 foot. This one looks like it's got pretty good line. If it comes off the line now with the right weight, they can try to help it curl. Now, is it going to come off the line too hard on him? Looks like it's in pretty good shape. Well, that's a great shot. That's a great shot. That was what he was looking for before. And now you can see the French, it's hard for him to get at it. He can try to hit that second one, but nope, he's making the right call here. So if he comes down and just freezes that, he knows he's forced him to a one. But that was a great shot there for Ephraim Noel. That, if, like I said, if he had to get that a couple of shots ago, this might have been a completely different end. But he's gave himself a chance for a two with that shot. So this will be in the hands of the sweepers as a draw. Anything really, anything in front of that, from the 4 foot, the red right to the right back to it. You don't want to be as heavy here. Oh, it's away and in the hands of the sweepers. See, the line looks a lot tighter actually than Ephraim's did. They're going to have to keep that on that center line. And it hasn't got a ton of weight. If they can keep it straight, they got a chance. If they tick, they're going to lose the weight. Yeah. No, that's so that's right now. Noel's line one. Gonna be not sure how he's going to get his two. He's sort of going to have to. I don't think he can draw there between them. They're looking at it, but from where I am, I think it's yellow. So this is kind of telling me that it may be a blue shot. If it is, he may have to make a double or something to get in there. So coach is out to try to help them, but with this call, makes me think that the blue must be the shot rock. Got to just a quarter of that rock there that's behind his right shoulder, and he should make the double and stick right there. So not a difficult shot, and there's a chance that he could be lying one, and still he might find that this is the easier way to get his second point. Oh, we'll see. This one goes. Want it to stay right on that line, right on the center line, and if it's just biting the center line when it hits, he'll be okay. Oh, he's throwing this one hard. It's a really good line right now. He's just got to touch that center line. Oh, he nicked it. He nicked it, and now it's definitely yellow. He touched the wrong one there, I think. So he did get a one in the back. Okay, so it was a one in the back there, so it's I didn't see the indication, but I think it is. So I believe that was a 1 for Noel. So 6-3 in the seventh. So French up by 3 with last rock, and we'll join you as soon as I make sure that I got the score right. Hey, and welcome back. We're live here in the Tier 1 men's final at the Paul Harvey Memorial Junior Cash Spiel. I was a little extra time there as I wanted to watch the last shot of the ladies. And the ladies Tier 1 between Megan Blanford and Marissa Guju. Guju was up 2, but gave up a steal of 4. And now in the 8th end, they have... Megan Blanford is now up 6-4 against Marissa Guju. So a big turnaround in the ladies' final. So, and that again is being live streamed on the other stream here. So in our game, see one small mistake from the Team French, but so right now Team Noel's got 3 rocks up front, and that's good for them. They've got a lot of work to do. Obviously, they got to steal 3 now in 2 ends, but that's as good a start as they could have wanted. So now this is Team French sort of wants to be first in here and wants to be above the tee line. This looks like a really good shot. Very, very nice shot there for Ben Kennedy. So that's as good as he could have put it. Now he's gonna. We'll see. A little surprised that Noel's not going the same side to try to freeze it, but he's trying to come right in and get to shot rock first. He wants to get right to the button. So we'll see. And of course, with 3, this is Nathan Murphy's third shot this end. So he should have a real good feel about where the weight is. Well, they're laying off it. The line is perfect. It may have a little too much weight. Yeah, as it. Oh, that's a bad mistake there for Murphy. He really anything there, anything short is good. And now you'll see French. I mean, he could be aggressive here, but no need. He's got good hitters. He just wants to clean everything up here, and he's got the advantage now of last rock. So just wants to have a clean house, because right now Ephraim Noel still has to put rocks up front. He needs guards. He needs. No, here comes here the nice shot. Here the applause there for one of the tier 2 tier 2 games that just finished up. We still have all the tier 1 games being played. That was a consolation for tier 2. Lots of family, lots of support down here. Been a great atmosphere. So now Noel is still trying to come right around here. And it's as good a chance as any. He's got 2 on the center line. This one looks like it's really narrow. So this one is going to end up front also, but it's another guard. Take that one off. Opens it up. So Zach is trying to decide, does he make the slash double here, or does he get aggressive? It's probably still a little too early with Lucas Cole now, or sorry, Lucas Walls. Still only second rocks yet, so probably a little early to try to get too aggressive. So he's going to play he's going to try to get rid of the 2 yellows. So slash the top yellow into the back one. Tiny bit of danger. He could sneak by it and take his own, but this is a good call. Work that straight. He's definitely got the 1, 2. Oh, okay. Rolls it in, but that's a great shot. That yellow one shouldn't bother French too much. So another good shot there now. Noel is probably going to play a freeze here. Getting important now. Rock positioning now, very important. Okay. Matthew trying to get this one in, and it looks like it's short again. So again, it's a guard for them. It's now with those 2. I'm not sure how close they are, but I don't think it'll drag back onto the back blue. But even if it did, French wouldn't be too concerned if he takes his own blue out. He's looking for an open house to draw to and go up for, and probably end this game with his last rock. Got to work hard to get both of these. Here's the drag back, and that's not a problem. So that's mission accomplished now. The center is wide open. And now decision time for Noel. He's got to get 3, so I guess he's going to play the freeze. If he did hit and roll, he'd be lying too, but they would be, again, fairly open, plus the 4-foot would be wide open. So So, Matthew Tosh now. Well outside, and it looks like a ton of weight. So, just not a little lack of concentration there. As like I say, the pro side miss there is to be short and on the center line. So through the house is definitely not the right option. French now will play the open hit, lie 2, and obviously if he got a 2, he'd win the championship. Sweeping this to keep it straight. Like it's going to be okay. Hit, and the roll to the center. That gives Noel something to come down and freeze onto, which is what he wants. More, so he'll try to freeze this right on the nose. So if he wants to stay in the game here, a really nice freeze could do it. Great effort by this Ephraim Noel team. Playing with 3 is never easy. I mean, obviously we watched during COVID time as Brad Guju finished the Briar with 3, but it's not ideal. But good for these guys to get all the way through to the final. See now if they can make one last ditch effort here to stay in this one. Line is great. Has got the weight to get there. Looks like it does. This looks like a great shot. Touches it back a little bit, enough to give French almost an open a nose hit. Should get rid of 2 of them. So that's what he'll look at. It won't take much ice on this one. This one will be coming pretty good. Again, no worries here. Just as long as the yellow is gone, he doesn't care about his back one. He doesn't care about his shooter. All right, here we go. Zach French trying to make a yellow one go away. He wouldn't want to jam it. He wants to make sure that he gets to the center line side. Sweeping for the curl. Looks good. Out it goes. So another freeze here for Noel. And almost the same weight as what he just had. If he can make it perfect, he may stay in the game. I think the sweeper there is looking a little tired. It's been a long weekend for him. Sweeping by himself. One more shot. Make this one. He's holding on. Now I think you'll see Ephraim jump up now and help him out. And the kids are used to that from the mixed doubles that they're called, the 2-man team. So they jump up and get right into the sweeping. Again, looks like pretty good line on this if he can get it to curl over. I don't know if it's going to work that much. He's trying to get it over, but if he ticks it, that's over. I think we'll see handshakes here now. And okay, he'll throw his draw for 3. But pretty sure this one is going to be in the books. After this shot, we're going to see the Zachary French team. Zachary French, Lucas Cole, Lucas Wall, Ben Kennedy with the coach, Alex Smith. With this draw, they will be the champions of the Paul Harvey Memorial Junior Classic. And for their efforts, there will be $1,500 to help them along as they head out now in the next week or two to the Grand Slam Junior Challenge, the Tour Challenge in Beaumont, Alberta. What a great week for them, and we wish them all the luck and congratulations on winning this Spiel. Good for them. This is a great way to finish with a draw to the 4-foot. And there it is. Team Zachary French, 2025 champions of the Paul Harvey Memorial Junior Classic. There it is. Congratulations all around. Good for Alex and good for the team. There you go. That's $1,500 in the bank. Ladies and gentlemen, it's certainly been my pleasure to be a part of this Paul Harvey Memorial, and it can only get bigger, and I don't know how much better it can get. It's been an amazing Spiel, and my pleasure to be a part of it, and look forward to next year. And like I say, if you're a coach or a player from Atlantic Canada, try to get involved in this one. Under 18, it's probably going to be one of the really good ones. So thank you very much, and it's good night from here from St. John's, the St. John's Curling Club Remax Center.